of ourselves, our energy, and where it's leading us to. Okay? Don't get caught up in distractions. Don't get caught up in lowering your frequency by thinking low of yourself. 2025, you gotta kill that. You gotta eradicate that. You gotta unalive that idea. Okay? Think big. It's time for us to think big now. This is the year of the 9. Completion. New opportunities. New doors is opening up. Evolution. The energy is over 9,000, baby. You feel me? So let's get it. Hey, if you need to speak with me one-on-one, I do one-on-one consultations, so I'll leave my link in my description and in my pinned comments. With that being said, you have a beautiful day, and I'm out. Peace.
Retain gang, what's poppin', man? This your boy Tay, back at y'all again with another video, man. Peace, love, and abundance to everybody watching right now. I show my gratitude for everybody that's tapped into the channel, man. If you're new to the channel, make sure you leave a comment. That way you can get a proper welcome. If you're a veteran, keep on showing love. If you want to, I can't talk today. If you want to support yourself or the channel, I have some courses available. I also have a Retain Gang community that you can join if you want to dive deeper into your personal growth. All right. So I'll leave my links in my description and in my pinned comments. But this was a question from a guy, and he wants to know what are some foods you can eat or some things you can do to raise your frequency. All right. And especially on this journey for the men that's on semen retention, you really want to make sure that you are putting the right things inside your body, not just food, right, but also what you see, what you hear, what you think. All right, all these things, they work together in full circle. All right, so for you guys that you can't close that valve up, you keep relapsing, and you want to put those resources back inside your body, you need to know what you're losing, first of all. Okay, your seed is very potent in zinc and magnesium. Those are the main two that you're losing, along with some proteins, your calcium, omega fatty acids. There's a lot of different minerals you're losing. The reason why you feel so tired after a release is because your body, for one, it releases a chemical called prolactin, which basically stops that urge to want to keep going, to want to be sexual. Okay, your body's like, look, we lost resources. Stop, you know what I'm saying? Let's chill out real quick so that we can readjust ourselves. So it has to put a plug on that feeling. But also you're losing resources. And some people might say, well, you're not losing a lot of resources. It's like a small decimal, right? Okay, but look at it like this. You gotta look at things from a microscopic perspective. On Men in Black, the first one, the little dog, when they was looking for Orion's belt, right? It was that little jewel that was on that cat. It was supposed to be the galaxy. He told them, he said, you humans, you think that just because something is important, it has to be big, it has to be large. It could be something as small as a jewel, right? So when it comes to your energy and your seed, that amount of nutrients that you're losing, it might seem like it's a small portion, but in the microscopic world, that is the exact amount of energy needed to make that system operate down there. Okay, it's no different than having your phone charger. Your phone charger has a 12V or a 12-volt battery. That's just enough voltage to charge your phone properly without damaging it. Anything more, you overheat your battery. Anything less, it's not strong enough to charge. See what I'm saying? So you have these specific specs when it comes to your resources in each part of your body that's calibrated specifically for that to function properly, okay? So I want you guys to realize this when we're talking about losing resources. It might not seem like a lot, but you definitely feel the results of you losing your energy, right? Of you releasing your seed. You feel it. So something is happening, and it's affecting you on a large scale. Okay? So what we want to do is we want to, first of all, put the right foods back inside of our body. So what you can do first, I always like to break myself down before I build myself up. So it's good for you to do it fast. Okay? Do like a quick fast. You can do an intermittent fast. You don't eat for the first half of the day. Or you can do a day fast. You know? Just you want to clean the palate. You want to cleanse yourself. If you've been eating like trash, you want to cleanse your body out first. You see? And then once we do that, now we're able to put the right foods back in our body. So you got to look at what you're losing on a relapse, and you got to find the foods that are high in those, and in those nutrients that you're losing. You want to find the foods that's going to replace that. You take magnesium and zinc. You get that from a lot of plant-like foods, fruits and veggies. So you want to double up on your fruits and veggies. And I'm not going to sit up here and tell you what exactly to eat, because everybody's different. You might not like broccoli. You might like kale. Somebody might not like kale. They might like spinach. You know what I'm saying? Green beans or Brussels sprouts. Like, you got to choose what you like, but they all have similar nutrients in them. All right? This is how the Most High created this world, to be abundant. You don't have to eat one thing. You can choose what you like. And they all have similar vitamins and minerals in them. But one thing I will tell you is watermelon is one of the most high vibrational foods you can eat. It's a superfood. And it's an aphrodisiac, right? For a reason. It has so much nutrients in it. And it also cleanses you out as well. And what I like to do, I'll even take it a step further. Cut up some lemon, squeeze the lemon juice over it, put some Himalayan salt on it, a little bit of pepper. Wow. Fire. Right? But that lemon also is another superfood that cleanses you. All right? Lemon has a lot of vitamin C, which you also lose, and will also help you build a strong seed, because this is what we're trying to do. Like the Three Little Pigs. You want to build your house, your structure with the best resources. So when you're eating these superfoods with high content of vitamins and minerals, those are valuable resources that you're giving your body. And your body can take those resources and rebuild itself. You see? We want to make sure right now, in this space and time we're in, the way this world is right now, is that you are building yourself up to create the best possible reality in the future. All right? And like I said before, this goes to what you watch, what you listen to, what you think. Okay? But the food is also important. It starts with the resources, because the resources that you put in your body, what you eat, that affects your thoughts as well. That affects how you feel. That affects everything, how you function. That's information. You know what I'm saying? So we want to build a strong seed, because your seed takes what you give it, and that's how it creates itself. So if you're eating junk, you're creating a seed that's full of junk. It's not getting the right nutrients to be able to grow, to evolve. All right? And what tends to happen is, when you're not eating the proper foods, you're not eating high vibrational foods, your body has to pull resources from other parts of the body, organs, brain, right, bones, to be able to provide the nutrients to build your seed, or just to help you function properly in general. All right? It has to get that resource from somewhere. So this is why you start seeing people get gray hairs, you start aging faster. Your body's literally eating itself. Right? It's like you got a savings account, but you're not making no money. But you got responsibilities. What's going to happen? You got to pull from that savings. You don't have no income coming in. So after a while, you're going to dry your savings out, and now you don't have any resources built up. You don't have anything saved up. Well, same thing with your body. Your body stores resources as well, and when you're not providing for yourself, you don't have a stream or a source of income of vitamins and minerals, your body's pulling from its reserves. You see? So we got to make sure that we are creating a high vibrational reality for us. That's very important right now, because I don't like to fearmonger, like I said, man, but we always want to be prepared for what's to come and what's happening right now. And right now, you guys already know it's a lot of negativity. It's a lot of darkness, amongst the people. It's being spread out. Every time I walk out the house, man, I just see it. I can feel it in the air. It's just a lot of negativity going around. Okay? And your energy, which is derived from your seed as a man, your energy is really going to be your protection right now. Okay? You being more aware of yourself, you going within yourself, that's going to be your protection right now. And we all have to be aware of this. You see, no more time for games. You can't keep playing with yourself, literally and figuratively. You gotta make sure that you take responsibility for yourself and your actions and redirect those actions to the best possible reality. I also like to eat mushrooms. That's a meat substitute. If you guys trying to get off the meats, mushrooms, you can make them in any type of way, man. They're very good. You get the lion's mane or the oyster mushrooms that are real meaty in texture. You can use lion's mane and oyster mushrooms to really cook some nice dishes. I've made lion's mane steak. It's the same texture, everything. It looks just like it. You cut it up, it looks like you can't even tell the difference. You see, but mushrooms also are high in vitamin D. And if you know about mushrooms, right, mushrooms are one of the oldest entities on this planet. Mushrooms are ancient. You see? So they have a lot of information inside of them. Understand, when you go outside and you look at the plants and the trees, you have what you call a mycelium network. So what a mycelium network is a string of fungus, right? Mushroom, if you want to call it that, mushroom roots. And what they do is they attach to the roots of trees and plants, and they connect everything in nature. It's like a world wide web or the internet for nature. Everything is connected through this mycelium network where it transmits information back and forth. Say you got a tree across your yard that's not getting enough sunlight, right? They actually will communicate and say, hey, this tree is not getting enough sunlight, so we're going to deliver some resources from all these trees getting sunlight to that tree. It's a conscious and very sophisticated system underneath your feet. Okay, this is why I say going outside and planting your feet in the grass, going out to nature is very good for you, man, because you connect to that network, that system. You're getting nutrients, not only physically coming through the soles of your feet, but you're getting that spiritual healing that you need. Know what I'm saying? So these are some things that you need to start doubling up on as we go into 2025. We going into like the winter solstice and these cold months, because you want to be in a position where you are protected, you're being guided, you're not getting sidetracked, you're not getting distracted, you're not being a part of no BS. You're not giving your energy to no BS. You see? And it starts with what you eat. So we want to make sure we're putting all that copper and zinc and calcium and magnesium and manganese and gold, silver, all that back inside of our body, man, because you are nature. You see, you are an electromagnetic being, so you need these electrical foods, if you want to call it that. That's what they are. The lemons and the melons, any type of melon, all right, any type of fruit, if you want to go there, berries, and then you got your plants, all these electrical foods that you want to put in your body that's going to not only raise your frequency, but it's going to change the way you think, the way you feel, right? It's going to make you it's going to help you work more efficiently. It's going to help you think sharper, quicker. It's going to help you out in the gym. It's going to heal your nervous system, and it does so much for you. You are an organic machine, okay? So you got to make sure that you're putting the right power inside of you. This is what we got to get into right now. A lot of people start eating like trash during these months because of all these holidays and stuff, eating all these sweets, man, and, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't do it, but just monitor yourself. Make sure you going by the 80-20 rule, you know. Make sure your diet is 80% clean. The 20%, you know, you can do what you want to with that, but make sure for the most part you're putting more electrical foods in your body, okay? Because if you don't, you're putting all this dead food, like the processed and all that, dead food. It doesn't have any nutrients. It doesn't have any value, no energy at all. This is when we start to weigh ourselves down and we develop a low frequency. This is why a lot of people get sick, because you're not keeping that electricity in your body. Okay, you got to stay powered up. What happens when you have a building that hasn't had power, hasn't been operating for years? It starts to develop cobwebs and it gets dirty. You start to have all these parasites and stuff start to come in and move in and live in there, and right. So you want to keep the power, you want to keep the vibration, the frequency high within your ship, so that you don't have things moving inside of you that takes over and create chaos. All right. So with that being said, guys, start eating your high vibrational foods, man. Your plants and veggies. Your fruits, that's the main thing right there. Like I said, mushrooms is also good. You can get on nuts, like almonds, walnuts are very, very good for you. All right, coconuts, and, find what you like. That's what the most important thing is, Go within, meditate, ask what you need to do to raise your frequency. What's the right foods for you? You know what you like. Right, you know it tastes good to you, so figure this out for yourself. All right, that's what it comes down to. Listen to yourself. You got all the answers. You see. So with that being said, guys, I hope this video can resonate with you. Hope you can take this knowledge and apply it to your life. If you need to speak with me one-on-one, I do one-on-one consultations. So I'll leave my link in my description and in my pinned comments. With that being said, you have a beautiful day, and I'm out. Peace. Retain gang, what's poppin', man? This your boy Tay, back at y'all again with another video, man. Peace, love, and abundance to everybody watching right now. But check this out. Make sure you guys smash that like button for me. If you want to support the channel or yourself, I have some courses available, and I have a Retain Gang community that you can join at your leisure if you want to double down on your self-improvement. All right, so I'll leave my links in my description. This journey is very magical. If you haven't noticed, there's a lot of things that happen that you can't explain, but it's affecting your reality. Real talk. And I want to talk about the word magic, because when we hear this word, we think of hocus pocus, fantasy, make-believe, something that don't exist, right? A lot of folks hear this word as well and think of it as taboo or something evil, and that's not the case at all. Remember, guys, good and evil depends on the user. It depends on the person, the intentions of that person. Any tool that you have can be used for good or evil, right? My car, you already know. You can use this as a tool of destruction, or I can use this as a tool or a means to do good in this world, all right? So the definition of magic is power. The ability to use your power to influence events and to make things move. Okay? So just look at your life, right? For you guys that's been on this journey for a while, look at the changes that have occurred within you since you've been doing this. So on my journey, I've been doing this for years now, guys, going on a decade now. And I've noticed the difference from before I started practicing to now, right? And my ability to influence, my ability to make things happen. There's some things I can't even explain, right? Because it's not of this reality. Understand that on this journey, you start to attract spiritual energy, spiritual consciousness towards you. You see? Let me know in the comment section, do you guys see synchronicities a lot? Do you feel more in tune and connected to the Most High, to your spirit guides, to your ancestors, to nature? the cosmos, right? You feel that presence, right? That's something that can't be explained by science. It can't be explained by the physical perceptions, right? But it's there. It exists. So this is what we're talking about. You're going to have a lot of things that you can't explain start to happen in your life. I've noticed a lot of guys who start this journey, after a few months, they start going through a spiritual awakening. Right? Why is that? I've noticed that that's a common denominator. It starts to unlock and awaken things inside of you. Right? DNA that was dormant starts to become active. You become more active. Right? Y'all let me know. Did you feel like you woke up from a long sleep or a long nap after you started doing semen retention? It's like you felt like all this time you was unaware. You was just moving on autopilot. You wasn't really in control of your life. You start to notice that before your journey, before retention, you was asleep. You wasn't very aware of yourself or your surroundings. But now that you're doing it, it's almost like you're awakened. Like everything that was in front of you was invisible before. You couldn't see it. But now you see. You put those glasses on. Right? That's why I tell guys this journey is bigger than just, let me get this glow real quick. Let me attract a few women real quick. Let me say I'm on a long streak just so I can look good. Right? Just sound good. No. You're going to learn the longer you stay on this journey that this is a part of you. This is a part of your ascension. This is a part of your evolution. You need this energy for you to reach the next level of yourself. There's no way around it. Okay? You are not going to reach the highest version of yourself without some type of sexual discipline, without retaining your seminal energy. It's not going to happen. Okay? They call us star seeds for a reason. You know what I'm saying? The energy that you have inside of you is the same energy that was used to create the stars and the heavens and the moon and everything that you see around you. You come from that. That's inside of you too. This is why you're able to create life when you give your energy to a woman. She takes that star seed and cultivates it into another star seed. You see? So it's bigger than what we think. And I'm always, I sit back and I think, why wouldn't we taught this in school? Why didn't I learn this at a young age? At one point I got trapped into that corn cycle too at a young age. Not even knowing what I'm doing, but I'm wasting my energy. When we should have been taught this stuff in the schools at an early age so that we can have more self-awareness and more control over ourselves. Right? I had to wait. I didn't learn this information until my big grown age, right? At 25, 26, I'm just now figuring this out. And I had to do extensive, deep research just to even find this. I had to have help from my spirit guides to lead me on this path, this rabbit hole, to find this journey in the first place. You see? So this is how I know that it's something powerful, because no one ever speaks of this. Even if you don't have scientific proof, why was it never mentioned? How does it hurt someone to hold on to their seed and retain and try to gain discipline over themselves so they don't make dumb decisions in life? You're not making decisions at a lower frequency, at a lower consciousness. You're letting your lower nature guide you. You see? This is how I know this information was hidden from us, because it unlocks things within us. It activates things within us. And it's going to give you that magical power to make things happen. Create your reality. Influence others. You see? Another thing, guys, you can't just sit on your ass and think that it's going to happen, that it's going to work for you. You're going to get some benefits. You're going to get increased energy. You're going to get some type of benefits, right? You're going to get an energy increase, of course. But for you to truly experience the magical benefits of this, you have to practice. You have to practice making yourself a powerful being. But in order for you to get the true benefits, the magical benefits of this journey, You have to elevate yourself with your words. Use your power to elevate your own power. You got to program your seed. Your seed is, think of your seed like a child, right? A child goes to school until it becomes of age. But all that time that it's in school, it's learning. Just like how we had to learn. So right now, your seed is in school and is learning everything that you teach it. It's gaining all the information from your DNA. What you feed it, what you put into your body, it's taking all that information and gaining its self-awareness. Don't get it twisted. When you give your seed to a woman, it already has some level of consciousness, right? It's just the woman takes that and cultivates it and gives it a place to stay, a place to grow. A lot of you guys wonder why you're not getting crazy benefits. It's because you're not really doing your part as well. You're on retention, but you're still indulging in toxic behaviors and toxic food, toxic women. The friends is toxic. You know what I'm saying? You're not really separating yourself from the things that's not helping you. It's still bringing you down, right? Your seed can be programmed to do malicious things as well. So you want to program yourself to further enhance your magical abilities. Make sure every day you're speaking life, okay? Make sure that you are always staying positive no matter what you're going through. You having a bad day today, so what? Speak life into yourself, right? This is just a moment in time that you're going through, but you don't want that one moment in time to create a domino effect for your future selves. That's the magic that you have in you. You have the power of the tongue. Your vibration that comes out is changing the world around you. Semen retention amplifies that magic. You get what I'm saying? It's like you putting an amp under them speakers. You know, you putting them watts under them speakers. It's going to give it that extra oomph, right? You start hearing frequencies and sounds that you didn't hear before with the regular speakers. That's what that retention, that's that magic of the retention. It's going to amplify everything about you. You know, I think of it as an all-around attribute increaser. Okay, it's going to increase your vitality. It's going to increase your magical abilities, your mana. It's going to increase your strength, your quickness, right? Your smarts, everything. It gives you a natural boost. All right. I know a lot of you guys, you start to see synchronicities as well. That's also the magic of retention. As I said, you're connecting to the spiritual world. You're tapping into that true world, which is all around you, but you can't see it. But it affects us every single day. Frequencies and vibrations, right? It's all type of things around you that you don't see, but yet it plays a big part in how you think, how you operate, the whole nine, okay? These synchronicities are helping you to find your true self, your purpose. This is why you see them. I didn't start seeing synchronicities until I got on retention. You know what I'm saying? And it was like breadcrumbs leading me to who I need to be. Even to this day, whenever I have questions or I'm doubting myself, I start to see synchronicities because it's communicating with me. That magical power that I have harnessed within me, you know, it's being pushed out and allowing these spirits, my spirit guides, to really communicate with me clearly. I never used to see this before retention. So a lot of you guys, man, if you're having trouble just trying to find yourself right now, trying to figure out what your capabilities are, just start asking. Ask those questions. Use your power. Okay? Don't just be on retention and just struggle through it. You know, don't just struggle through it. Start using the power of your words. Start using the power of your mind and your thoughts. That's the magic. Okay? And you're going to see your life change drastically. I'm telling you right now. And just think about, you do this for years and years and years. Just think about how much more stronger you're going to get by practicing these habits, practicing these techniques. You see, it only gets better. It doesn't stop. You never stop growing. You never stop learning, right? I wish I would have known this back then. I promise. When I started retention and I started to really see how magical it was, I was just like, man, like, what else I don't know about this world? If I didn't know this, if this small thing of just retaining my seed has changed my whole life and gave me a whole new perspective on who I am and what I can do, my capabilities, what else don't I know? You know, I was doing just fine in life. I accomplished a lot in my life before retention. I could just imagine what I would have did with this, you know? So, you know, guys, it's very magical. There's things that you can't explain that's going to happen to you. So just stay strong on your journey, guys. It only gets better. It only gets better. And there's going to be things that's going to happen that you can't explain, but that's the magic. That's the beauty. Okay? You're tapped in to the spiritual realm. All right? So use your abilities to the best of your ability. All right? Don't waste it. Don't waste it, man. This is your opportunity right now to wreak a big change in your life. So let's get it. Let's get it done. With that being said, guys, y'all let me know in the comment section what you thought about this video. If you need to speak with me one-on-one, I do one-on-one consultations, so I'll leave my link in my description. With that being said, y'all have a beautiful day, and I'm out. Peace. Retain gang, what's poppin', man? So the attraction you get from women after 90 days is crazy. All right, we're going to talk about it. But first, there's some things you have to do for you to maximize that attraction. All right, so that's what we're going to talk about. Before we start, guys, make sure you smash that like button for me. Hit that notification bell. That way you don't miss none of this fire. You feel me? I have a 30-day semen retention course that can help you out whether you're a newbie or you're advanced on this journey. I go through day-by-day techniques and skills you can incorporate to maximize your journey and become the best version of yourself, all right? So I'll leave a link in my description for that. But also, if you join the Retain Gang community, you get the course for free, along with many other courses, other perks like weekly live calls and discussions, and some other content that's going to be available. Being a part of a community, having mentors, having people that can keep you accountable, man, is very important. So invest in yourself. This is a great investment for you. So you guys have to understand, men, we find our purpose, we find ourselves when we challenge ourselves each and every day. We put ourselves through the fire each and every day. You know, that's what drives us to pull out that potential. So I want you guys to understand one thing about men is that we have to find our purpose. That's what brings out our ultimate attraction, right? We get that aura. You become him once you start to walk your divine path. In order for you to walk your divine path, you have to find yourself. Men, we find ourselves through hard times, through challenges. This is why it's important for you to get up every single day and challenge yourself. Put yourself under pressure. Get uncomfortable. See, women are a little bit different, though. You see, that feminine energy, it finds its purpose by being around friends, having fun. That brings out a woman's true radiance when she can enjoy herself and express herself freely. But men, we're different, right? See, all those things are distractions for us. Having fun, partying all the time, you know, watching porn, distracting yourself with pleasure is a man's downfall. Too much of it is your downfall. So this is why on this journey, you retaining your seed, you are starting the process to get uncomfortable and to find yourself. You denying yourself of certain pleasures over an extended period of time is going to change you. Okay? It starts with retention, and then along that, with that comes more discipline. Maybe you start changing up your diet, going to the weight room, building your body up, putting yourself under that mental and physical stress.
right? Being consistent with it. Taking cold showers. I like to take cold showers early when I wake up. It gets me uncomfortable, but it also wakes me up. It gets me motivated. It gets me ready for the challenges of my day. See, all these little things you start to incorporate into your life over the period of time, it's going to make you more attractive because you start evolving, right? You might start isolating yourself from a lot of people who were a distraction in your life. A man finds his purpose in isolation. I want you guys to remember that. When all the noise clears and you get to truly be with yourself, this is when you find your purpose, because now you don't have anything distracting you from the pain that you have inside. A lot of men aren't happy. A lot of men not happy with themselves because you're not dealing with the issue. And the issue is you living your life with purpose. See, after 90 days of doing this, staying disciplined, being on a regimen of good habits and routines, you're going to become very attractive. Because this is what women are attracted to, right? Women are attracted to a man who can be grounded and disciplined. Because that's what she wants in her life. It gives her security. It makes her feel safe. Women want to feel safe. That aura comes off of you. I'm telling you guys, when you are working on yourself and walking in your divine truth and purpose, your aura is magical, man. I'm telling you, you're going to be at the grocery store and you're going to have women just staring at you. Women coming up and talking to you, wanting to be in your presence. It just happens like that. Right? I know from experience, man, it's when you focus on yourself, you're not worrying about sex, you're not looking at the corn, you're not over stimulating yourself with pleasure. You see, this is when women start to flock to you. Because you are harnessing your essence. You're holding on to all of your essence, your energy. You see, men, we are givers. We give our energy, but a lot of men don't have anything to give. And you wonder why you're not receiving attraction. You wonder why women not trying to holler at you, not trying to hit you up. It's because you don't have anything to give. What do you have to give? What do you have to offer? Forget money and all that. In your essence, you don't even have enough in your essence to give. And that's what's most important. See, women, they want to feel love, right? And the only way you can give love is by loving yourself. How do we love ourselves? We love ourselves by doing self-care, doing what we need to do for our survival. And we have to transform into that version of ourselves, that being that moves with love, that loves every aspect of our life. You gotta love what you do. If you hate your job, you know, that's not a good energy for you to have. Are you working, or are you working towards your main mission in life? What are you here for? What did you come down here for? Not saying working is bad, but you need to be doing for yourself. Okay? I'm telling you, man, 90 days, bro, on this journey, and while you're doing all these other techniques and gaining discipline and a healthy mindset, you'd be surprised. All right? Because you unlock the radiance of the woman, her feminine energy. You make her feminine energy express itself through your aura. Okay? You guys let me know in the comment section, have you noticed the more you've been on your journey, the longer streaks you've had, the more attracted women become to you? The more attractive you are to women, the more attractive they are to you. You might notice the little wrinkles in her eyes when she smiles. You might notice little details about her that are attractive to you. You see, but if you're a guy who's always releasing, you don't notice that. Right? Your brain did. So all you see is her as a piece of meat. You hungry, you trying to eat. That's all you see. You know, you like a rabid dog. You see what I'm saying? But as you start to live in your truth as a man, you start thinking from a higher purpose, a higher perspective. All right? And this is where you truly shine as a man. You can't be thinking with your head down there. All right? That's only going to do you so good. You need to harness that energy and circulate that energy so it can hit your crown. You can think straight. but also you open up that connection to the Most High, right? Living through universal principles. This is how you unlock your divine masculinity. You see? The reason why women are so attracted to you is because you're not like other men. 90% of the men in this world, man, are just chasing tail, chasing cheeks. They don't have no driven purpose in life. They don't have nothing to occupy their time. A lot of men don't know how to love themselves. They distract themselves with pleasure, right? Destruction, with vices and addictions, instant gratification. When you cut all that out your life, right? I'm not saying forever, because you, as a man, you need to have fun too. We'll talk about that in another video, right? You still got to tap into your feminine energy sometimes as well. But for the most part, most men don't have no problem with that. It's time for us to get back to who we truly are, what we were created for, which is our divine masculinity, right? To be overseers, to be protectors, to be grounded, to be strong, right? Mentally strong. We stop letting all these temptations kill our essence. We stop letting all these distractions and temptations stop us from completing our mission. This is where your attraction is going to shine. Your aura energy is going to be through the roof. Right? When you walk into a room, everybody going to turn their head, man, because it's something about you. Right? Like Gohan when he first turned Super Saiyan 2 and he had that electricity around his yellow aura. Right? That was the coldest form I ever seen. Till this day, I think that's the best form, is the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. But that's you, man. You got that electricity around you after 90 days. So not only do you have your energy harness, right, Super Saiyan 1, but now you didn't took it to another level. You him, you got that confidence. You might even be overly confident, and you got to keep that in check. But at the same time, this is what this journey is about. It's about you getting back to being like that, being in that aura, being in that energy. A lot of guys walk around with their head down, shoulders slumped, crazy anxiety. You scared to talk to women when she's a person just like you are. The reason for that is because you had nothing to offer. Deep down, you know that. You lack resources. Of course, you're not going to have confidence when you're walking around out here. Of course, you're not going to be able to look other men and women into the eyes when you speak to them. Right? Because these are the windows to the soul. And if you're not living right within, it's going to show without. So the attraction is real, man, but it's some things you got to do for yourself too. Don't just sit around and think it's going to come to you. It's going to be handed to you. Nah, the universe is going to make you work for it. This ain't for everybody. Right? If everybody could do it, everybody would do it. But they don't. Because it's all about your mindset. It's about how bad you want it. It's about, do you really want to see yourself transform and become the best version of yourself? A lot of people say they do, but when it's time to put in the work, they're nowhere to be found. Like my uncle used to say, everybody want to be a millionaire until it's time to put in millionaire work. Then they ain't nowhere to be found. Right? If we're going to live this life, we might as well do it to our best, to our highest capacity. What's the point of living life if you're going to half-ass it, half-ass yourself, not pull out your full potential? If you want to be the best, you got to play like the best. Okay? So, hey fellas, I hope this video can help you out, man. Just know that the attraction is going to come. A lot of you guys be asking me, man, I ain't seeing no results yet. I'm not seeing the attraction. It's coming. You might have to do a little bit more work than others. It might take a little bit longer depending on your past and your lifestyle. This is why I say you got to incorporate healthy habits. Start eating healthy. Start getting that copper and magnesium and zinc back into your body. Omega fatty acids. Get outside and get some sun. Start working out. Put yourself under that pressure as a man. It's going to motivate you. It's going to give you that confidence. Okay? Every day you're going to get stronger. Your voice is going to get stronger. Your intentions get stronger. Your actions get stronger. Your vision gets clearer. Put the work in, man. Get uncomfortable. Get up every day and take a cold shower. And stand there until it becomes numb, until it doesn't hurt anymore. All right? Wake up and go for a jog early, where it's still dark outside. The stars are still out. Go for that run. Get yourself uncomfortable. I promise if you do this for 90 days, you won't even recognize yourself anymore. The people around you won't recognize you anymore. Your energy is going to be so powerful. Your aura is going to be so strong. You might intimidate some men, but you definitely going to attract a lot of women. All right? They won't be able to keep their eyes off of you. So, with that being said, guys, like I said, I have a 30-day semen retention course. If you need help, go ahead and tap in with it. Join the Retain Gang community. If you need to be a part of a group of people that's going to keep you accountable, be a mentor to you, and also, man, just a safe space for you to grow and learn. If you need to speak to me one-on-one, I do one-on-one consultations. So I'll leave a link for all this, man. All right, so tap in. That being said, peace, love, and abundance, and I'm out.
Retain Gang, what's poppin', man? This your boy Tay, back at y'all again with another video, man. Peace, love, and abundance to everybody watching right now. Before we start the video, make sure you guys smash that like button for me. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, that way you don't miss none of this fire. You feel me? Also, guys, man, check out the Retain Gang community, man. I'm actually doing a live call on there today. So this is a safe space for you to grow and to really build with like-minded people, man. All right, so if you're interested, I'll leave a link in my description. But we want to get out of that beast state. You know, we want to transform from a beast to a supreme being. All right, a supreme being is the highest form of reality. Okay, it's like your final form. It's the strongest you can be. It's at your best. And semen retention will help a man transform into a supreme being. But before you can do that, though, you got to tame that beast. Okay, and we all got that beast within us. You know, I know we all like to say, I'm a beast, or let's go beast mode, you know, when you're in the gym or you playing sports. Right? But we want to take it to the next level. See, most people, when they go into beast mode, it's sort of like Naruto. You know, in the earlier episodes where when he got angry or mad, he would turn into the nine-tailed fox. But he had no control over it. You know what I'm saying? So he was in a sunken place. The beast got out and it did what it wanted to. And he might have hurt people in the process. But what we want to do is we want to transform into the later stages of Naruto, man. When he learned how to control that beast, they were friends. They became one. And now he was at his most powerful. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that any day. Semen retention is that path. But like in that show, you saw what he had to go through to get to that supreme being. He had to go into the darkness. He had to do the shadow work. He had to heal himself. That's part of the process. It can be painful, but the reward is worth it. A lot of guys don't want to go through that process. You still want to be a slave to your urges. You still want to be a slave to your mind, to your lower self, to that beast. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let that go. Transformation and growth is about doing things that are uncomfortable. You gotta get uncomfortable. You see, a lot of guys don't want to get uncomfortable. You want that instant gratification. You want that pleasure. Them digital cheeks got you in the chokehold, got you in a full Nelson. What are you willing to sacrifice to live the best version of your life, to become your best version? Right? You got to sacrifice some bad habits. You might have to sacrifice instant gratification. Right? We're trying to reach supreme being. In 2024, we don't got time to still be in that beast state. You can't still be controlled and be a slave to your flesh. All right? You got to rise above that. You got to rise to a higher plane. This is the only way you're going to live your best life. Semen retention is a way to transform you mentally, spiritually, and physically. You're going to have a new perspective on life. Okay, you're not going to see the world the same. Like the movie They Live. Once you put those glasses on, you can't take them off. Okay, it's bigger than the physical. This is a very spiritual journey. One of our goals should be to get to our final form. Like in Dragon Ball Z, man, Goku, he's always training. There's always another level that he can reach. And he knows that. So he's constantly training. He's constantly testing himself. Even when he's facing danger or he's facing battle, he never goes all out. He's always testing his forms and see how strong he is, what he can take, how much power he needs to use. Right? I think I was watching the tournament the other day, the power tournament, and you'll see Goku like someone shooting a big old Kamehameha at him, right? And you'll see him just use like a little Kai blast just to see if he can cancel out that Kamehameha. Right? And we got to apply this to our life, man. When you're faced with hard times, you got to test yourself. Test your limits, test your strength, see what you can handle. Okay? If you watch cats never use more energy than what they need to. Cats are as powerful as they are lazy, right? If you put up a string, right, or you hold up a obstacle for a cat to jump over, it's going to use just enough strength to get over. It's not going to jump too high. It's not going to jump too low. It's going to do just right. And you can keep raising up that obstacle, and it's going to get over that obstacle the same way. It's going to be the same distance, not too high, not too low. And this is the ultimate chi control. Okay? Not doing too much, but not too less, just right. So think of this as training, man. You're training yourself. Semen retention transforms your physical. It transforms your spiritual, your mental. You're literally transforming. You might not see it, but it's happening within you. You can feel it. This is why you get so much energy and so much confidence. And so many things start happening in your life that's good, because that's a transformation. You're becoming a new version of yourself. But you can't get lazy. Okay? You can't get complacent. A lot of you guys, you start doing good on your journey, and then you give up because you face one hard thing, or it gets uncomfortable for you. All right? And then some guys want to get in the comments saying it don't work just because it didn't work for them. Just because they gave up on themselves, now they want to try to bash the whole community or bash the whole process. You got to take accountability for your actions. Because me, I'm the type of man, I'm not going to give up until I accomplish my goal. I don't care how hard it gets. You can keep throwing whatever you want at me, but I'm going to keep getting back up. That's just the way I'm hardwired. A lot of you guys are too, because you're chosen. The reason why you gravitate towards this information in these videos is because you're a chosen one. You think different. Your energy's different. That's why y'all resonate. That's why we resonate with each other. You see? So you got to understand that, understand that, and you got to move different. This is the first step for a man to really transform yourself. Okay? You don't need this journey to be successful, but if you want to be your best version, if you want to transcend the physical, transcend all these mundane tasks and actions, all these mundane attachments, this is the way. Okay? But you got to make your mind up within you. You got to do this for yourself. You can't let me convince you or let anybody else convince you. You got to do it for yourself. Because that's the only way you're going to truly master self. Is you got to be aware of self and learn self. Be best friends with self. You see? Don't be afraid to go within. Go within that darkness within you. Because we got a lot of trauma we got to pull out. And you might have some trauma that's buried so deep, that's been hidden for so long, you might have forgot about it. Okay? So focus on yourself. Focus on taming that beast within. That beast can either be your friend or your enemy. For a lot of men, that beast is your enemy. It takes over when you can't control yourself. It takes over and it starts to hurt others. Right? You don't have no consciousness, awareness of it. You're just in a sunken place. And you can't move like that. Right? In Dragon Ball Z, whenever Goku and Vegeta started training with Whis and they learned how to become Super Saiyan Blue, right? Which was a God energy, a God power. In order for them to achieve that, they had to keep their energy within them. Especially Vegeta, he had anger issues. He overthink a lot. So he had to learn how to calm his mind. And this is when he became the most powerful. He became his best. Okay? Apply this to your life. Learn how to calm your mind. Whenever you get that urge or you start feeling that beast take over, calm yourself. Talk to yourself. You have to engage with your lower self, right? Your higher self and your lower self, they need to communicate with each other. Or else you're going to keep making the same mistakes over and over again. You feel me? We all want to be successful in life. That's everybody's goal, is to be successful. But the difference between those who are successful and who aren't is it's the small tweaks. It's the small techniques. It's the little things. In track, you know, the difference between first place and second place is a millisecond. The difference between a gold medal and a bronze medal is a millisecond. So you need to fine tweak yourself, get up, and reinvent yourself every single day. Every single day is a battle. Just because you're good today doesn't mean tomorrow is going to be a good day for you. Okay? You got to do the work. You got to put the work in to make that happen. It's not going to just happen automatically. Step your game up. Step your affirmation game up. Step your mental game up. Stop thinking so much. Stop attaching yourself to those negative thoughts. Those aren't yours. Right? Let them shits pass through. Like clouds in the sky. Let them shits pass through, man, because they're not yours. You only want to allow things in your life that's going to be of your benefit. That's going to help you become your best version. We got to stop allowing things. We got to stop allowing any and everything in our life. We got to gain some self-respect. Self-respect is having discernment. Okay? You pick and choose what you want to experience. If you guys want to experience the best version of yourself, get on semen retention. It's going to bring you into your divine masculine energy. Okay? You're going to become more confident within yourself. You're going to become more attractive. You're going to glow. It's going to lead you to your purpose. All right? This is your rite of passage to become a supreme being. Ain't that the goal while we're here? What else are we here for? Why do you think we go through so many hardships in life? It's to transform us. It's to mold us and shape us. This is training. This is a school. You are training to be Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God. But you got to take it serious. Okay? Make your mind up now that you want to transform your life for the best. And you want to see what you can achieve while you're here. It's time for us to get on our purpose. Okay? If you've been wondering what your purpose in life is, this is why you're watching this video right now. Everything that you've been asking, the answers are coming to you. But you need to accept the answers. You need to look yourself in the mirror and be real with yourself. And ask yourself, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to get on my purpose? All right? Y'all let me know in the comment section, have you found your purpose yet, or are you still searching? Do you know what your purpose is in life? Okay? The only way for us to find our purpose is to connect with ourselves. You got to connect with self, but sometimes it's not going to be that easy because that beast is in the way. Don't be afraid to confront that beast within. That's the only way you're going to come into your true power. Okay? Yin and yang. You got to be balanced. You see? Make it your mission today. This is my homework. Make it your mission today that you're no longer going to be controlled by your urges. You will no longer be controlled by the flesh. You're going to take power. You're going to take control. You're going to get back into the driver's seat. Take back the driver's seat, and you're going to dictate what decisions that you make. Okay? You got to take hold of that wheel again. It's been too long that we've been letting the digital cheeks take over. We've been letting our negative side take over. We've been letting outside influence take over. We've been letting our need for instant gratification and for validation take over and lead our thoughts and decisions. Now, no more. Okay? So like I said, guys, if you need help, join the Retain Gang community, man. This is a safe space for you that's going to help you keep accountable for yourself and others. To learn about yourself, to grow, and to be in a space that's going to put you in the right mindset to become the best version of yourself. All right, so claim your membership now, man. If y'all need to speak with me, I do one-on-one consultations. But let's grow. Let's be great. Okay, we don't got no more time to wait, man. You know, times is getting crazy now. The energy's rising every single day, and we don't have no time to waste. We need to rise as the energy rises. We need to transform as everything around us transforms, or else we're going to get left behind. Okay, so it's time for us to become our supreme beings. You feel me? So with that being said, guys, y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all thought about the video, or if you have any comments, concerns. All right, peace, love, and abundance, and I'm out. I'm gonna tell you right now, man, this lifestyle is not for the weak. It's not for the weak. Only the greatest, only the best men practice semi-retention. Only the best men try to become the best version of themselves. Because this lifestyle is going to test you upside down, left, right, all around. You feel me? It's going to test you. It's got to see if you're worthy. See, a lot of men get destroyed on this journey because they came in with the wrong intentions. They didn't have a solid base where they can stand 10 toes down. I've been doing this for almost 9 years now. You know how many times I've felt like giving up? I've been through the highs and the lows, the ups and downs. But my why was always stronger than how I felt. I knew why I was doing this and what I wanted to see from it, the results I wanted to get. So I didn't give up on myself. You know, I stayed with it until I got what I deserved. And that's how you got to feel. That's how you got to think. You're going to stay on it until you get what you deserve. If I go to the gym and I don't see results in the first 30 days, I don't give up on myself. I don't quit. I keep going. I stay consistent. I know the results are going to come eventually. I know they're going to come. But I got to stick with it and be patient. See, a lot of us don't have patience. Things get hard and we want to give up automatically instead of letting that construct you, right? Letting your pain construct you and build you up into the man that you need to be. That's all it is. That's all pain and hardships are, man. That's all it is. It's just resistance. When I'm doing curls or I'm doing squats and I feel that pain, that's just resistance. But I don't stop when I feel that pain because I know it's building me up, making my body stronger, making my will stronger, my mental stronger. You're going to face hard times. Anytime you're trying to better yourself in life, you're going to face hard times. I think of life like a video game. As soon as you press play, right, that's when the game starts. And that's when all the enemies and all the obstacles get thrown at you. That's a part of the game. But it's your job playing the game to learn how to defeat your foes, defeat the boss, knowing how to beat the stage so you can make it to the next level. Right? It's a game. And as soon as you decide that you want to play the game, man, that's when it starts. So the game of life for us is trying to challenge ourselves to see how far can we get. Right? What's the best version I can see of myself in this reality? That's what I want to experience. So I know that experience is going to come with some obstacles. It's going to come with some strings attached. This is why this destroys a lot of men. And you find yourself going back to your old ways because you want to feel comfortable. It's not about being comfortable. You don't get comfortable in life. Because every day is a new day. You don't never know what's going to happen the next day. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You always got to be ready for whatever. When you get relaxed and you get comfortable, you get complacent. Right? You let your guard down. And this is why situations can take you by surprise. You see, I'm not saying you can't relax sometimes. You got to relax sometimes, but it's temporary. You know, I say this all the time. If you're on a highway taking a road trip, sometimes you might go to a rest stop. You know, stretch your legs out, get you a snack, go to the bathroom. But you don't stay there for long. You get back on your journey. So you can have little pit stops here and there to relax. But for the most part, man, we have a mission while we're here. You're not just doing this journey. You're not on retention for no reason. It's not just for your own benefit. There's a reason why you know about this and 90% of the other men out there don't, or don't even try to attempt this journey. There's a reason why you're doing it specifically. It's going to wake you up. It's going to unlock your purpose and your true potential, your gifts. That's not meant for everybody. Everybody has the opportunity, but it's not meant for everybody because everybody doesn't have the mindset to embark on this journey. So if you're watching this video, man, you should be proud of yourself. The fact that you even know about this and that you're attempted it, it don't matter how many times you relapse, how many times you fell down, the fact that you're doing this right now, you should be proud of yourself. And don't let nobody tell you any different. Okay? Man, we live in a world right now where it's hard for you to do the right thing. It's hard for you to find yourself. There's too many traps out here. There's too many distractions out here. But in the midst of all that, man, you're still trying to better yourself. Don't take that lightly, man. That deserves some type of praise. That deserves some type of attention. I know this road gets hard for a lot of us, myself included. But you always got to sit back, right, and analyze the situation. What I'm doing right now is not only going to make me better, but it's going to break generational curses. I'm doing something right now that's going to potentially change my timeline, my offsprings. This is going to change your family tree, your lineage. Think about how many people in your family before you knew about this or practiced this. You got to think about things like this. Also, what you're doing is, man, you're reprogramming yourself. Maybe old habits you used to have. Being reckless. Having no self-control. Sometimes you got to sit back and look at the good. Look at what's going to come from this. I know we get caught up in the moment and the pain and the suffering, but look at the long road, the long haul, and, you know, years down the road, what type of man you're going to be if you stay consistent with this. It's only going to destroy you if you let it. It's only going to destroy you if you can't handle the responsibility that comes with this. But if you make your mind up that you want to see this through, you're not going to quit, give up no matter what happens, what situation you're in, then you good money. You're in good company. And you're going to see the fruits of your labor. Trust me. You will. All right? So show some gratitude. Be grateful. Also, if you get into those moments where you feel like you want to give up, you need to start moving your body around. Okay? Don't sit idle. If you do sit idle, meditate. Okay, I tell you guys all the time, do breathing exercises. All right, so one technique you can use is you take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it, and then blow it out. Right, do a 5-second count. 5 seconds in, hold it, 5 seconds out. And just do that over and over again And this is going to help you circulate your energy. It's going to help you to calm yourself. It's going to help you to receive the information that you need to guide you into the next steps, right? Guide you into what's the next decision you need to make so that you don't crash out. That's what meditation does for us, man. It helps us so we don't crash out. We're not out here just making reckless decisions or making decisions based off our emotions. Because if you're ruled by your emotions, man, you might as well just give up. If your emotions control you, that's already going to destroy you. A man can't survive on emotions. That's not how it works. You know, imagine you in the middle of a battlefield and you get emotional. You start crying, you start panicking. You're useless. You already defeated yourself. The enemy didn't do anything to you. You are already defeated within yourself. Apply this to yourself. Always stay under control within yourself, no matter what chaos is going on around you. The world can be on fire, right? Scorched earth. But as long as you stay present and you stay balanced within yourself, you'll be okay. I want you guys to remember, for every problem, there's a solution. There's always an answer. But you have to be calm enough to find it, right? The universe has the answers to everything. And the Most High lives within you. So all you got to do is tap into that. Just like we have antibodies. Whenever you get sick, your antibodies go and find a cure. There's a cure for everything already. And your antibodies, they go and search for it. And then they give that to your immune system. And then your immune system fights it off. It just takes some time because they got to search through the catalog to see which weapon is the right one for whatever disease you have. Okay? But the same thing with our problems in life. There's a solution for everything. This is why you got to be calm no matter what you're going through. Semen retention is going to teach you how to be calm because you're mastering your sexual energy and you're mastering your emotions. Okay? Why do you think we got so many crash outs and so many emotional men nowadays? Because they're releasing their seed. You're releasing your essence that makes you a masculine man. So, of course, you're not going to be able to control yourself in a conflict. The first thing you choose is violence, as opposed to thinking smart, being smart with your choices and analyzing the situation and picking the right solution. Right? You'll see that on retention, you move different. You know there's no need to rush. Just chill back, cool out. Right? Tap back inside yourself. Okay? For anything that you do in your life, you always got to tap within. Because if you don't, it's not going to work for you. This will destroy you from the inside out. Alright? Don't go back to your old habits. That's those demons trying to pull you back into that lifestyle so that you don't become great. You don't become your best version. They don't want to see you become a great man. Okay? These entities want to destroy you. And they feed off of that low vibrational energy that you used to indulge in. They feed off of that. Let me know in the comment section, have you guys been tempted to go back to your old habits, your old ways? And what did you do to defeat that? I simply tell them no. I'm not going back that way. I already experienced that. I know what it's going to bring to my life. I don't need that anymore. It's time for me to experience something new. You gotta straight up talk to them like that. You gotta cuss your demons out, man. You gotta talk to the spiritual entities just like you talk to a person. Oh, they hear you. You can't be afraid, though. If I got an entity that's trying to attack me, I tell them just like that. Get the hell away from me. You don't have permission to be in my space. Get your ass away from me right now. And they gotta listen because you have the power. Retention taps you into that divine power. Your energy, your aura is bigger, it's stronger. You're vibrating higher. Right? So you're a dangerous man. Especially in the spiritual realm, you're a dangerous man because you're glowing. They can see you and they can feel your energy. They want to try to bring you down, back down to their level. That's all they want to do, man. They want to try to destroy you because they see you're trying to live righteous. They see you're trying to not only change yourself, but you're trying to change your environment and the people around you. because your energy is influential. Okay, retention is going to make you very influential. Your energy is contagious. People are already gravitated towards you. They want to be around you. So that means that if you're doing righteous things, you're going to inspire those around you to be righteous and do righteous things. And they can't have that. They need those vessels to feed off of so they can survive. You see? So semen retention is very spiritual. It's a very spiritual practice. And if you only in it for the physical benefits, you're going to fall short. You got to take it higher than that. Okay? You are a multidimensional being, which means you are made up of multiple realities. You have a skeletal system, you have a muscular system, and you have an electrical system, which is your nervous system. And all these components make up who you are, which is in this body. You have a spiritual body, an ethereal body as well. So all these layers play a part in your experience. So you got to tap into that. You got to understand that. It's not just a physical thing, right? It's your soul having a human experience. What you're doing on retention is you are connecting all the layers. So they become one. They become one unit, right? They're all in sync with each other. Mind, body, soul becomes in sync. See, this is why they want to destroy you, because when you become in sync, you start to come into your true power, your true purpose, and now you're going to raise the vibration. All right? You're going to spread that high vibrational energy. And that's going to change the world. When we all individually start changing ourselves and bettering ourselves, we'll change the world. It starts with self first. Right? So that's all I want to talk to you guys about, man. Don't let this destroy you. You know, stay strong, because you're going to see your fruits to your labor very soon. All right, just stay with it. Stay consistent, man. If you need help, I do one-on-one consultations, man, so I'll leave a link in my description. Also, you can join the Retain Gang community as well if you need help or you need an accountability partner, man. We got some real ones in the community that's going to, hold you accountable. We do weekly calls and discussions where we have high-level conversations, and we just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to join, you want to be a part of that, I'll leave a link in my description and in my pinned comments too. But y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all thought about this video, man. Peace, love, and abundance, and I'm out.
Every muscle, every cell! His body was built from a lifetime of intense battles!
Retain Gang, what's poppin', man? This your boy Tay, back at y'all again with another video, man. Peace, love, and abundance to everybody watching right now. I show my gratitude. Make sure you guys smash that like button for me, hit that notification bell. If you want to support the channel, I have some courses available, and I have a Retain Gang community that you can join if you want to self-improve. All right, so I'll leave my links in my description. But some of you guys were asking me in the comments, what are some long-term benefits that I've noticed on my journey, and what can you expect, right? And I've been going on almost 10 years, guys. I think next year it'll be 10 years that I've been doing this journey, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't go back and do anything different, because it brought so many opportunities, so many blessings to my life. I became a better person. And it's just so many benefits that I've gained from this, right? So I want to give you guys who plan on doing this long term something to look forward to, all right? So one benefit that I've gained is I've almost gotten a permanent glow. The glowing eyes, man, it's like it doesn't matter what type of day I'm having. It's like my glow never goes away. See what I'm saying? And I got this Bible verse that I wrote down. I came across, and I want to read it to you guys. From Matthew 6:22-23, it says, "The eyes is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are good, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are bad, your whole body will be full of darkness." See what I'm saying? So the eyes, we all know, is the windows to the soul. So if your eyes are lighting up, that means you have light within you. Okay? You can tell a lot about a person's priorities by where they store their treasure. And see, one of our goals here while we are here on this world, right, is to store our treasures up in the kingdom of heaven, as opposed to storing up earthly or worldly treasures. We all know the kingdom of heaven is within us. So, semen retention, you are storing up the treasures in your kingdom. This is the reason why you start to see the glowing eyes. This is why you're able to get a permanent glow after doing this long term. It's like that show, DuckTales, right? Old school cartoon. I feel like Scrooge McDuck. He had the big vault full of coins and gold. So it don't matter what happens. I can have a bad day. I can have a nocturnal emission. I have so much resources built up inside of me from years and years of practice that's chump change, right? I'm still going to be rich. I'm still going to have riches in the kingdom of my heaven. All right, guys. So one benefit you'll notice is you get a permanent glow. Shout out to T. Shenley for sponsoring today's video, man. But check this out. Semen retention can only do so much for you. You still have to do your part externally as well as internally. You feel me? When you feel good, you look good. And when you look good, you damn sure feel good. All right, so I've been using T. Shenley for years now. And I can tell you, well, the results speak for itself. I don't got to tell you anything. You know what I'm saying? They give you everything that you need to be successful. All right? You can start off with the level 1, which comes with a face wash, a face scrub exfoliator, an AM and PM moisturizer, and dig this. If you don't know how to use it, well, they give you an instruction card that tells you how and when to use it. Okay, so there's no excuses. And because T. Shenley is sponsoring today's video, they're giving all my viewers a special deal. You get 40% off your first purchase, your first box, plus 20% off for life if you become a member of T. Shenley. Plus, you get a free gift. You get to choose between a nail filing kit or a face scrub, an exfoliator. All right, so this is a great deal, guys. You don't want to pass up on this. If you're interested, click my link in my description or in my pinned comments and tap in with T. Shenley today. Another benefit I've noticed is I became more fearless as time went on. You see what I'm saying? And I told you guys in my last video, I used to have fear of starting my own business or even leaving my job and doing my own thing. I didn't have the confidence to embark on my own journey because I still had programs that kept me glued to the matrix. For example, I would tell myself, nobody wants to do business with me. Nobody wants to listen to me if I start a YouTube channel. Why would they want to listen to what I got to say, right? I just didn't have that confidence in myself. But I've noticed over the years, I became more fearless. I became more decisive in my goals and what I want to go out and go after. Man, I'm telling you, like now I'm at the point where I'm not afraid of anything because I know I have nothing to lose. I have everything to gain. Right? I understand this life is an experience now. And what is life if you're not going after what you want? What's the point of living? What's the point of doing anything? We like to keep ourselves trapped in a box, trapped in a cycle that makes us unhappy. So this journey has helped me to break out of that cycle and start taking chances. Right? And I've noticed that when I lost that fear, things started to manifest for me because I started believing in myself more. So another long-term benefit you're going to gain is, bro, you don't care what's in your way, what obstacle is presented to you. You are going to go after what you want. You're going to be fearless. You're going to crush your goals. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to do it with full energy, a full tank. My faith increased. I feel like my connection to the Most High increased, which also gave me that confidence to go off and do my own thing, right? And accomplish my goals because I put it in the hands of the Most High and my higher self. I understood that they're going to lead me on the right path. All I got to do is follow the signs, follow the guidance, and I'm okay. I think a lot of us fail to put things in the hands of our spirit team. Our spirit team is there to help us. But we neglect our spirit team sometimes and try to do things on our own. Right? You can only do so much in the physical realm. You need that spiritual team behind you to help you get past those dark times, to get past those obstacles. You need it. All right, so this is another long-term benefit, man. That connection to the Most High, that fearlessness, that confidence you're going to have to do whatever you want to do in life. I've also noticed on my journey, I don't attract low vibrational people anymore like I used to. And I'm not saying that I don't still come in contact with low vibrational people, you know, because I still get attacks and you still got to deal with the world, of course. But to be honest with you, I only come in contact with low vibrational people if I put myself in that environment or I put myself in direct contact with them. I noticed that early on in my journey, you know, I still was attracting like low vibrational women, you know, Jezebels, and even like a lot of guys that were jealous or just had an envious spirit in them. You know, and that was because I was still trying to deprogram myself from old cycles and my old self. Those people would still pop up in my life and that energy would still try to harass me. But I noticed now, man, like, it's almost like the longer I've been on this journey, it's reinforced my protection, right? My light shield then got thick. It got some layers to it now. And it's repelling all those low vibrational frequencies. And I've noticed I'm at the point now where I attract more high vibrational people, you know, that have the same mindset as me. A lot of you guys, I've met a lot of you guys from YouTube and just doing my, you know, consultations and social media. A lot of you guys who are on the same page and trying to better yourself, man. I've met you guys just because of me choosing this lifestyle, and, you know, that frequency has created an algorithm for me to meet people just like me. All right, and I'm happy for that, man. You know, a lot of you guys been watching me since I first started back in 2019. You see? And that's not a coincidence. My algorithm started changing because I started changing myself. And over these years, I reinforced that frequency. I also learn a lot from you guys as well because, you know, when I go through the comments and I see that some of you guys have been on your journey for a while, and it motivates me. It keeps me going too. It makes me stay on point because I know that I got people watching me. I got people that's looking up to me. So it makes me stay 10 toes down on my journey as well. You see? But I love the fact that I can be surrounded by high vibrational people and people that can make me better. That's a benefit that I love about this journey, man, because when you really, really strive to evolve, become the best version of yourself, the universe is going to surround you with those type of people and that energy. Okay, it's going to make it easy for you. I've also noticed on this journey that I became a lot more attractive, right? I'm not talking about the way I look, even though that is a perk that you gain too. But what I've noticed is I'm able to attract things or manifest things in my life way faster than I used to. And that can be good or bad. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on my energy that day, right? My reality bends to my energy. And sometimes that can be a blessing or a curse. If I'm having a bad day and I'm not monitoring my thoughts that day, I'll manifest whatever negative thought I have fast. And I'm like, oh man, I should have caught that. Because, you know, if you dwell on a thought for over a minute, that's when it starts to solidify, and now it's coming back to you as karma. So if you catch that thought before a minute, then you can kind of dispel that karma from coming to you. On the contrary, though, like, let's say I have a goal, and I write that goal down, and I start going after it. Things happen a lot faster. That process don't take as long as it usually would when I was relapsing. And that goes back to storing your treasures within, right? You got a lot of spiritual currency. You have a lot of resources in you. So you have the energy to bring things faster. You like Scrooge McDuck. You got so much resources now in your vault that you have the means to manifest things faster. You got the currency. You got the money to spend, to splurge on yourself. But if you got a drained battery, you got low battery, you don't got no energy, it's going to take things longer to manifest in your life. I'm saying? Because things cost. Everything costs. Everything is in exchange of energy. If you got a goal you want to accomplish, that's going to take some energy exchange. Some type of currency exchange. And this is a benefit that I like just because I'm getting better at catching my negative thoughts. You know, sometimes I don't, right? And I pay the price. But for the most part, man, if I'm getting up every day and I'm staying disciplined with my routine, I'm meditating, I'm getting outside in the sun, I'm grounding, writing down my affirmations, I usually get what I want. And I usually can block out the negative thoughts or the negative visions that I have of myself. Okay? So this journey is what you make it. You know, we all going to have a different experience because we all have a different journey. We all walking a different path. But for the most part, this is going to benefit you in the long run. It's going to change your life forever. You are going to start doing things that you never thought you could because you're breaking old programs and shifting into new cycles. You see? And look, like I said, I'm going on 10 years. Who knows what's going to happen in the next 5 years, the next 2 years, the next 10 years, right? I'm still learning as I go as well. I don't think it stops because back when I was 2-3 years in, you know, I thought that was all there was to it. And I was still gaining, after those years, still gaining new benefits and new light codes and knowledge of the journey. So this is a marathon, like I always say, guys. It never stops. So I'm excited for the next 10 years, man. And I hope you guys are able to make it to 10 years so you can experience the fruits of your labor. So you can experience what this journey truly has to offer for you. So I hope you guys can resonate with this video. You can take something from it and apply it to your life. Y'all let me know in the comment section what are some benefits that you've noticed so far on your journey. All right? Let us know, man. But with that being said, also, if you need to speak with me, I do one-on-one consultations, so I'll leave my link in my description. But yeah, y'all have a beautiful day, man, and I'm out. Peace.
Retain gang, what's poppin', man? This your boy Tay, back at y'all again with another video, man. Peace, love, and abundance to everybody watching right now. Make sure you guys smash that like button for me, hit that notification bell. If you want to support the channel, I have some courses available, and I have a Retain gang community that you can join. All right, so I'll leave my links in my description. But this is how you know that you have main character energy. Okay, semen retention is working for you. You're harnessing your energy, and certain things are going to start happening. Most importantly, people will start treating you differently. All right, you'll notice a difference. Whenever I'm at the gym, whenever I walk in, I notice how the energy shifts. Okay, people will start staring at me, men and women. You know, and I'm not trying to like toot my own horn. But you got to understand, when you harness your energy on this journey, your frequency is very potent, okay? It's very powerful. So people tend to feel that off of you when you walk past them. It's a frequency thing. When I'm doing my warm-ups, you know, or even my workout, I notice people watching. You know, they want to see what is he doing. You know, especially if you got gains. You know, you working hard. People want to know what you're doing so they can get the same results. All right? Sometimes you might even have guys size you up. Right? You ever had a guy come next to you while you're doing a set? You might be curling or whatever, and he might come right next to you. Look in the mirror, you see him pumping up his chest, like he's looking at his arms and looking at you. But he'll try to play it off like he's not, but they be trying to size you up. They might even come compliment you. You know? And you might think, oh, he's just trying to make conversation. He's just being nice. It's your energy, though. Okay? Because everybody don't get that same treatment. Plenty of big guys in the gym that, you know, nobody even looks at. Nobody even cares about. But for some reason, they center around you. Okay? Because it's something inner that they're feeling. I notice, too, with women, sometimes I'll walk past women and they start flicking their hair, right? And that's a subconscious gesture, all right? They're doing that without even knowing it. And they usually do that when they see someone that's A, either attractive, or B, they have a powerful aura. You know, it makes them feel something. So subconsciously, they'll start making themselves look more attractive. So guys, if you ever see a woman start flicking her hair, playing with her hair, if you in line, you.
Welcome back, tribe. I have an episode here from Courtney Ryan. Been a minute since we had our cover. Someone recommended it.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're going to be reacting to a TikTok. So let's watch together, and then we'll regroup, and I'll share some of my thoughts per usual. Let's get right into it. Okay, wasting no time. Here we go. This is from a...
I wish she still did those girl interviews. She was going absolutely viral, but I remember she had some video where she responded on why she stopped doing them. It's because she didn't want the girls to get absolutely clowned and destroyed for their astronomically delusional answers are like Pagani BC. I still have that, by the way, on the board here. Where is it?
A Pagani BC.
That chick was Jesus.
A Pagani BC.
Don't know why the C's are repeating, but I think I have to restart my computer. We're crashing out, boys. Too many tabs are open. My supercomputer can't handle it anymore. But she was legendary for those interviews, and it was just highlighting kind of the detachment from reality Western women had on what was considered normal, or how much should a man earn? They're like $1 million. It's just living in delusion doesn't begin to describe what the actual problem is. It's the digital age, the digital world that they're attached to.
TikTok creator with the handle Christina Zozulia.
I feel like not enough people warn you that when you start making the right choice in dating, start going for emotionally available men that are genuinely interested in you, and make that very clear from the get-go, it gets a little bit more boring. Dating gets a little bit more boring because it's no longer up, down, will they, won't they, this like chemical, like you're getting rewarded one second and you're not the next. You're getting consistent, predictable behavior, and that to the brain is not exciting. Otherwise, drugs wouldn't be exciting to people, It's very predictable, smooth sailing, and stable. And while that's great in the long term because you don't go crazy, it also makes you realize that, I'm not going to have these like quick dopamine hits in like a kind of toxic way, but that's the reality. If you want to continue dating high school level emotional maturity men, then go for it. Keep going for those men that don't choose you, that text you every 5 days. Or you can go for the guy who will respond to you as soon as he sees his message. Like, it's not like, it might be less exciting, but it's in the long term. It protects your heart, your brain, your nerves.
Damage.
Starting off 2025 with a positive little video here. Love to do it. So let's start by addressing this idea that dating emotionally available people feels boring, right? I've talked about this in other videos. If you've seen them, if you haven't, it's something that I've discussed quite a bit on this channel. But what's really happening here is sort of a recalibration of what you value in relationships. I think many of us have been taught to equate chaos with passion. We might have even experienced this in our childhood and our upbringing, which then reflects into our adult relationships. The highs and lows of someone who is inconsistent can feel incredibly intoxicating, like a roller coaster that you just cannot get off of. But let's be honest, is it truly excitement? Is it truly intoxicating and exciting? Or is it just anxiety dressed up as a thrill? Stability might not necessarily give you the same adrenaline rush that, inconsistent behavior does, but it offers something far more meaningful, and that is peace. And peace, my friends, is never boring, and I think you realize this.
Yeah, how screwed up is society that we actually value things like people not texting you consistently, not showing loyalty consistently, not showing up consistently in the relationship. Consistence in general is just seen as a bad thing. You want the up, down, the push, pull, the cold, the hot. You want toxicity. Toxicity is what's normalized. That if somebody treats you like shit 1 second, then good the other, that's great. That's exciting. That's not toxic. And society actively pushes people in that direction. How far are we fallen, dude? That a good, stable, consistent person, boring.
More and more as you get older. The truth is, emotional availability is a different kind of excitement. It is waking up and just knowing where you stand with someone.
It's not even excitement, dude. It's relief. That's the word they should use. Relief from the constant anxiety, from depression, from the highs and the huge lows that follow when you're with an inconsistent person. It's a relief, a weight off your shoulders to be with somebody you don't have to worry about sneaking behind your back, fucking everything that moves, talking to people they shouldn't be talking to, disrespecting you in public or with their friends, has your back, is there for you during the hard times. That's what it's all about. Finding somebody that feels like a relief. Stop looking for people that give you excitement. There is excitement in relief because finally I get to enjoy myself in the presence of another person I don't have to worry about. It's not exciting to worry about the other person fucking you over. That's anxiety. Stop calling that excitement. You love to be anxious. You're in love with the anxiety. So that's called toxic. Those are toxic people. You need to avoid them. And oftentimes it's because they were in exactly the same kind of environments, and that's what their safe space is. Oftentimes people seek out on a deep level to recreate their childhoods. So if you were in a very toxic environment as a child, and that's what you were used to, hot, cold, say father coming and going, or the love of your parents coming and going because they're busy with work and hardly showed up for you, that's what you're going to seek in your relationships. It's messed up, dude. This is why I tell you guys, the most important thing you do is vet a woman for how her childhood was, or relationship with her parents, and how she's either healed or not healed from those things, and make an accurate assessment there. You don't necessarily need to have a good home, but what you do need to have is self-awareness and introspection and healing. Be aware of the damage and avoid it. Do the work to heal yourself. There's a lot of people walking around not knowing that they're repeating their childhood trauma in their adult lives.
Sending a text, not because you had to wait 5 days for them to miss you or to decide that they're done playing their game with you, but because they genuinely care. It's the quiet thrill of feeling valued, respected, and seen, not just in fleeting moments, but consistently. And let's not underestimate how transformative this can be for your mental and emotional well-being. Another thing that she didn't mention in the video that I think is important as well is actually understanding why you are drawn to people who bring chaos and dysfunction into your life consistently. I think this is crucial for breaking these toxic patterns and creating healthier relationships. Often this attraction stems from deeper unresolved issues. Maybe it's a need to prove your worth, a fear of stability because it feels unfamiliar, or even past experiences that conditioned you to mistake inconsistency for passion, which I think is what a lot of people do. Actually taking the time to reflect on these patterns and getting to the root of why you tolerate or even seek out dysfunction is the first step, in my opinion, towards growth. Are you subconsciously trying to fix someone because it makes you feel needed? Or are you chasing the emotional highs of unpredictable relationships because stability feels, as she said, boring to you? I think by identifying these tendencies that you might have and actually addressing the underlying causes, you can make more intentional choices and open yourself up to relationships that bring peace to your life instead of turmoil and anxiety. Now, what I really loved about this video is how it highlighted the long-term benefits of choosing someone who is emotionally stable. It's not just about avoiding toxic patterns, it's about protecting yourself, your heart, your brain, your nerves, everything. The reality is, love should not be a source of confusion or chaos. It should be the safest place in your life. And when you choose wisely, you're not giving up excitement. You're giving yourself the gift of clarity, trust, and calmness, which is the best gift of all. I really don't see a lot of people talk about the realities of a healthy relationship, probably because it's not as glamorous or sexy as the whirlwind romances often glorified in movies or on social media.
Yep.
A healthy relationship isn't always filled with dramatic gestures or heart-pounding passion. Instead, I think it's built on consistency, communication, and a mutual respect for each other. But unfortunately, many people chase the excitement and passion, mistaking emotional turbulence for love, when in reality, that chaos often stems from insecurity and unpredictability. This constant pursuit of the highs can be misleading, leaving you emotionally drained and chasing something completely unsustainable. True love may feel quieter, but it brings a sense of stability, peace, and trust that no fleeting thrill could ever match. It's not about these grand moments. It's about the everyday reliability that builds a foundation for something far more meaningful and lasting. And yeah, maybe to some people that can feel boring, but I think it's the ultimate goal that everyone should be striving for. And if it is something that feels boring to you, potentially getting to the root of why it feels boring and healing that about yourself. I think another thing to consider here is that stability isn't necessarily the absence of passion. I think it's the foundation for it. When you're not constantly second guessing someone's intentions or trying to decode their behavior, you create a space for deeper connection, genuine intimacy, and yes, excitement, the kind that lasts because it's built on something that is real, not these fleeting dopamine hits. It's sustainable and it's reliable.
Oh, I was muted. The real issue here is we got to talk about women's use of social media and their expectations therein. They're terminally online. They're constantly watching content that is disseminating straight up propaganda, often at times, and misandry on top of unrealistic standards and expectations. And then they go out into the real world and try to replicate what they see online to their own detriment. It's almost impossible. Like, for example, the alpha simp caricature. They're looking for the alpha male that's also simultaneously a simple bend over backwards to serve and cater to them, which doesn't exist in the real world, but they'll still chase eternally this kind of man. It's essentially the female version of what men experience when they're looking for the Madonna whore complex. You want a woman that is completely like angelic and pure, but also to be a straight up, lack of a better word, whore in bed. That's the whore complex that they're looking for, which doesn't exist. You can't have a chick doing like acrobatics on your meat stick, but also like going into church on Sundays, like praying to God and all this. But that's what they're looking for. That's why it's called a complex. And women are looking for the alpha simp complex as well. That's the struggle in the modern world for the modern woman, is chasing a man that does not exist. It's unrealistic standards. That's why they set themselves up for fail. And that is why they try to get the perfect man. And he's this like Skittles man, right? He's a caricature of this. Ted was really good at giving her flowers. Jake had the best D of them all. Todd was the tallest. Chad had the most bank account. Lord Pennyworth this and all this, that Tyrone this, that. And they try to stitch together through these experiences what the perfect man should look like, because they don't want to settle. Women don't settle. They're entitled a man. They're entitled to the perfection. Anything else is considered settling. So their entitlement leads them to stitch together what is colloquially known as, well, I call it, the alpha simp. He has the perfect of every single best feature of every man she's ever dated with none of the weaknesses. And this is why they become increasingly dejected at dating, increasingly depressed, and they get the, 1,000 cock stares, what it's called, sort of like that. Nothing is behind the eyes anymore, almost like that caged lion that dreams of the Serengeti and the wild plains of Africa and hunting. He's been caged for so long, the gray has taken over. There's lifelessness behind the eyes. That's what it looks like for a woman 30 plus in the dating world today, when she's been pumped and dumped by so many potential suitors, by all those stallions that she couldn't tame. Each had a shortcoming in his own, but found it in the other guy, and then eternally searching for Mr. Impossible. That's what it is. That's why men don't want to even deal with women with too much baggage, bro. And baggage in terms of body counts, because the unrealistic standards are way worse for women. A guy will at least be told, like, bro, you're fat as fuck. You're balding. You're short. You're broke. You're this. Temper your expectations, bro. You're not getting the swimsuit model on the calendar. Like, a guy, even to himself, will be like, I'm not worthy of that kind of woman. I got a lot to work on. I got the short end of the stick here. I can't afford a woman like that. She's high maintenance. A guy at least knows, because he doesn't have the entitlement. He's been beat down his entire life to understand that you must work for everything. You're entitled to nothing as a man. Only what you deserve through your hard work. Not even deserve, only what you earn through hard work. But a woman is entitled through her value inherently, through her beauty. Because society goes, oh, she's beautiful, she's a woman, she's held up to this standard, and men offer her shit. That's why she feels entitled. Because, hey, beauty's far more valuable than an average man. It is what it is. That's just society. That's how it's set up.
Ultimately, as I've said so many times on my channel, I think choosing wisely and prioritizing emotional availability is one of the most important decisions that you will ever make, if not the most important decision you will ever make, because it's saying, I value myself too much to settle for crumbs. It's prioritizing your peace over these temporary highs, and it's understanding that love is not supposed to keep you on edge. It is supposed to make you feel at ease. It is supposed to bring peace into your life. The thrill of stability is knowing that you are with someone.
I mean, she's speaking to women, but they want chaos and drama, and that's what social media teaches them is normal and is okay and should be sought after and is attractive. It says if peace is boring you, then chaos hasn't hit you hard enough yet. Saying it's less exciting to date a good man is automatically a red flag. My wife died after 31 years together. You don't miss the grand gestures or events or exciting times. You miss the everyday, trivial moments that make up almost the entire relationship. That's beautiful. I firmly believe this is why nice guys finish last, because they are boring and predictable. Thanks to being raised on Disney films, then later things like social media, women in particular have very unrealistic ideas and visions of what romance is, and they're just not accurate. Everyone wants to, and rightly so, talk about the negative effects of adult film industry on men and how it skews their brains and ruins their perception of male-female interactions. But nobody wants to talk about how rom-coms do basically the exact same thing for women. He's hitting a point. Also because that's who